George works as a salesman in an authorized car showroom. He records the number of cars sold in 5 days, from Monday to Friday, on a line graph. So how many cars were sold on Monday? All right, so we're looking at a different line graph now. This line graph is looking at car sales. We've got the days of the week along the bottom here. And on this vertical axis, we've got the number of cars sold. So we want to know the number of cars sold on Monday. How many cars were sold on Monday? So let's find Monday down here on the day of the week. So Monday's here. And we come up to the number of cars sold. So when we hit the line, here it is. This is our line graph here. This is the line graph. So the number of cars sold on Monday was 3. How many cars were sold on Friday? Okay, so again, let's look at our day of the week. Our day of the week is Friday. So we come over here to Friday and we go up till we hit the line graph all the way up here. So it looks like lots of cars were sold on Friday. Friday is obviously the busiest day of the week for buying cars. Come along and the number of cars sold was 9 on Friday. How many cars were sold in this week? Okay, so this time it's not asking us for a day, it's asking us for how many cars were sold in the entire week. So we have to check every single day of the week and add them all up, and that's going to tell us how many were sold in total that week. So on Monday, 3 cars were sold. So if you want, you can write this down so you don't forget. So we've got 3. On Tuesday, 5 cars were sold. So 3 plus 5. On Wednesday, 6. So 3 plus 5 plus 6. On Thursday, 4. So we add 4. And on Friday, we already said 9. So we need to do 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 4 plus 9. And that tells us the total amount of cars that were sold in this entire week. So 27. And obviously they're not including Saturday and Sunday. I'm assuming the business is not open on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, on which day were the maximum number of cars sold? So we already know this, but the way we would do it is we would look over here at the number of cars sold and we'd try to find the highest point on the line graph. So our line graph is here. What's the highest point? Well, it's up here. And what day of the week was that? It was Friday, and we already knew that from the other question when we looked at it. So Friday. How many more cars were sold on Tuesday than on Monday? Okay, so if we look at Tuesday, 5 cars were sold. And on Monday, only 3 cars were sold. So how many more were sold on Tuesday? Well, just 5 minus 3, and that will tell us the difference between 3 and 5. So 2 more were sold on Tuesday. Okay, we've got a new graph now. Below is a line graph that shows the population of a village. What was the approximate population in 1980? Okay, so we've got population over here on the vertical axis, and we've got year on the horizontal axis down the bottom here. So what was the approximate population in 1980? All right, so let's find the year 1980. It's here. And follow it up till we hit the line graph. Here's the graph here. Okay, now, how are my eyes? Let's try to follow this along on the grid. So it's about maybe 1 unit greater than this 750 marking here. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's 751 because we need to know how much each of these little units is worth. So the way we do that is, well, we know we've got from 750 to 800, we've got 50. And then how many units do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if these 5 units represent 50 in population, or 50 people, how much does each one represent? If 5 represents 50, that means 1 represents 10, yeah? Because then you've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And that works. 750, 760, 770, 780, 790, 800. So we know that each little unit here represents, if you can see, it's pretty small. Each little unit represents 10 people, okay? So we said that it was about 1 unit above 750, so we're guessing that it's about 760. In 1980, the population was approximately 760. In which year was the population 900? Okay, so this time they're not giving us the year, they're giving us the population, and the population was 900. So we want to find the year, so first of all, we go to the population of 900 here, follow that along until we hit the graph. Here's the graph. Looks like it's hitting pretty much bang on this year here, which is 1990. All right, last question. Question 15. The population is expected to increase by 120 after 2010 until 2020. Okay, so after 2010. So 2010 is all the way at the edge of our graph here. So we don't actually have any more line graph to talk about this situation. So from 2010 until 2020, that's going to represent another jump, yeah, because these jumps are going up by 10 years. So the next point on our graph should be over here, 2020. And the question's telling us that they expect the population to increase by 120. So there's going to be another 120 people. So it's going up still. And it's going up from this point here. So from this point here, what is this point here, by the way? This is 2010. Let's just come across and see what this point is. So it looks like it's 1 unit below 1,000. And we said each unit is 10. So 1,000 minus 10 gives us 990. So this point here, there's 990 people. And then the next point on the graph, it's going to go up by 120. Okay? So in 2020, it's going to be 990 plus 120. So 990 plus 120, you can do that on your calculator, gives you 1,110. And let's just keep reading the question, but we sort of worked out what they're asking us. It says work out the expected population in 2020. So that's what we just worked out. 2020, it goes up by another 120. It was already at 990. 990 plus 120, it's going to give us 1,110. All right.